the process.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
it is part of the process.
Exactly. Right.
Yes, so there was nothing like I am pregnant and that, no. But whether you are or not,
You have to be sure.
you have to be sure. And you are not just going to do it at any place at all, but specific place ordered or directed by the court.
Okay.
All right, so let's get this education.
Right.
What happens if you are?
Okay, so it for that one, I don't have too much knowledge about that, but that will never negate that you are not going to be sentenced. But of course, probably justice will be tempered.
Yeah. I should say that one, they not go put you to jail straight because in some cases that
Yes,
we've read.
for that one, we have to get a lawyer to educate us on that.
Exactly.
But that wouldn't be that because you are pregnant, you will not be sentenced, whereby you are due to be sentenced.
They go sentence you, but
Yes.
maybe it not go take effect immediately
or
since
they will look at many other factors in your sentence. So for that one, so it was ordered for her to conduct that test, and it took some hours, about 3 hours.
3 hours for the yard inside for the court.
No, when she was escorted to conduct the test.
Okay, the test took about 3 hours.
Before they returned to the court.
Right.
So apparently the court was waiting for the results of the test before the sentences or the pronouncement of the sentence will be done. So
they said that to be a woman.
Yes,
A very young woman.
very young woman, very young.
Okay, so you know everything when they go on social media.
Yeah, very young woman, very young woman. And before sentence will be passed, the counsels or lawyers for the accused will speak, and then they were pleading that lawyer Richard Apia Bafo stood up and pleaded that Nana Agraada is a mother of 5. The first year is 24 years pursuing law, and the last one is 3 years. And that
Her first child
is 24 years.
24 years.
Pursuing a daughter.
Pursuing law.
And that if Nana Agraada is sentenced to prison custody, it will shatter the dream of the young lady and that of the 3 years.
Right.
So they were pleading that non-custodial sentence will be given.
Right.
Yes, meaning that if there should be any sentence at all, she should not be sentenced into prison custody.
Yeah. So maybe like fine and those things.
Or maybe we have a place for you to work,
Right.
go and clean the gutter. But for that one has not been really our laws.
Yeah, Ghana here we
know. Okay. So they pleaded all those, including she has a congregation, a number of church members, and all those.
They rely on her.
And then she is a first-time offender, and she has been more remorseful of. Yes,
the court said.
Not the court, the lawyer.
The lawyer said
Agraada is a first offender.
First-time offender.
And she has been very remorseful after the incident in 2022.
But is that entirely
true? So that is what he was saying.
Okay.
In the quest to get his plea granted.
Mikey, why I asked that question is that, there've been earlier, conviction, right?
Yeah, so
right.
in 2021.
So not to cut you, get on our Facebook right now, hits 103.9 FM. We have extraordinary images of Agraada being escorted, into a police pickup vehicle.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So, should that be the time where they go do the pregnancy test or this one be the
jail?
So,
we have a lot of pictures, so I don't know which one.
Live on Facebook right now. The time that they go put down for the pickup inside.
Okay, so this one is after she's been convicted.
Wow.
Right.
Yes.
So this be after the 15 years?
Yeah, the 15 years. They have this prayer mantle. She sent a prayer mantle. And when she was handcuffed, she covered the handcuff with the prayer mantle.
So the handcuff removed?
Yeah. No. She was just hiding the handcuff.
Okay.
I don't know if probably she has some powers in the prayer mantle and that.
There could be some spiritual meaning to that
so
one.
I don't know if it was used spiritually.
Right.
Because
prayer mantle is used spiritually.
Yeah, so... so the lawyer did all those, and then the prosecution also stood up and also said that, the prosecution also debunks the fact that Agraada is a first-time offender.
So the father.
Yes.
Badebanshi.
So they also recounted the issue that happened or the case that happened in 2021, charlatanic material, which she was charged and sentenced to 9 months in default. No, she was sentenced to a fine of 10,000 Ghana cedis, and in default, she would serve 9 months
in prison.
In
but
prison.
Then she paid the money.
She paid the money.
Yeah.
That was when she was arrested for non-renewal of TV license.
TV license.
So that issue was also part.
Okay.
But they were referring to that charlatanic material issue.
Just like this case.
So they also came out with proceedings of the previous court issue.
Okay.
And then they tendered into the court.
Wow.
Telling the court that she is not a first-time offender. She's been convicted before. And they still also argue that since these fraudulent acts is all over in Ghana, if she's not sentenced to into prison custody, it will not serve as a deterrent to her and that of the masses in the public.
Okay, so they want to make this case
that is from
precedent.
that is from the prosecution.
Okay.
Whilst the lawyers were pleading that there shouldn't be a prison custody, they were looking for non-custodial sentence.
Like some
the
fine,
prosecution
some
was
hard
also,
labor.
They were also arguing that no, there should
must
be,
go for
must
to prison.
Go for, yes. So after all those, judge started writing, and you could see there, hey, Charlie, soon walk out to
court be heavy.
There's so much suspense.
The atmosphere, Charlie. Nobody was just coughing. Nobody.
Live on Facebook right now, you could see live on Facebook visuals from the court. It no be easy. Live on Facebook, see the woman, her mood, then everything.
Yes, and you could see the husband, the Siama. Some few minutes, every few minutes, then you could see that
holding
the head, cleaning the face,
wondering what's going to happen.
Charlie, and it wasn't pleasant. And of course, you see, everybody will attest to the fact that when issue like this happens, we are not going to be happy.
Yeah.
And Agraada wasn't happy.
Yeah.
Yes, and later, the judge stood up, put the head up, and then read some articles saying that a first-time offender is also liable. Liable, and she used
ignorance
a lot
of the law is not excuse.
Articles and blah 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 blah. In the end,
bang.
15 years.
Hey. How was that feeling when she mentioned 15 years?
In fact, the judge has a way of speaking, and if you are not careful, you don't hear.
The 15 years.
No. How she speaks.
Okay.
She speaks slowly or silently.
Okay.
So when she finished the pronouncement, everybody was asking.
Saying.
Even in the court, because we didn't even, we were not hearing what she was
loud.
saying. It wasn't loud. So then we have to be asking each other. Then the lawyers, where we got to know that 15 years.
Wow.
15 years.
What was her reaction?
Not too much sad, but not too happy.
What about the husband? Because the father...
But the reaction wasn't dramatic.
No, not at all. For that one, no.
Right.
For that one, no. How can you react dramatically
in the court?
Oh, well, dramatically may also not be with respect to sound. Like it could just be action.
But Charlie. In fact, for me, before the pronouncement of the sentence, I was even praying that at least 3 months or 6 months would be better.
Something that would serve
because I felt very sad for her, honestly.
My too.
Yes, despite the
Is this my too?
Yes,
No. I want to be real and human.
My too, but you mentioned that this woman...
Yes.
She's been an actress.
Yes.
She's been an actress.
Wait, but I'm saying that being a human, at the time, for me, I knew very well that it was not going to be a non-custodial sentence.
Definitely, there will be imprisonment.
Yes, because one of the indications was the fact that she was ordered to be a pregnancy test to be conducted.
Okay.
If that one happens,
comes in, or
yes,
say,
Charlie, no say,
Charlie,
Charlie, you go.
why are they confirming whether you are pregnant or not?
That is what we were
Right.
trying to look for.
So if a convicted woman is pregnant, several things can actually happen depending on the jurisdiction. So
Right.
here we are talking about Ghana. We can't be specific. But generally, the pregnancy will be considered during the sentencing. And in some cases, a woman may be allowed to keep her child in prison for a period.
Okay.
Now, someone mentioned on Facebook the mitigating factor. So in law, in many jurisdictions, pregnancy is a recognized mitigation factor in sentencing, which means that it can influence the severity of the punishment.
Yeah.
So, example, she has 15 years.
Yeah.
If it had been discovered that she was pregnant, it might have been cut to, let's say, a year.
Yeah.
You know, something like that. So, yes.
You see, University on Air. University on Air. And this is 103.9. And this is Usaywetin live on the Cruise Control, the #1 drive time show in the whole world. This is where you have to be. And so tell someone that we are on this particular discussion and a lot of education underway right
We're
here.
not saying that if you've committed a crime and you know the law is coming at you, you should go and get pregnant.
As a woman who needs documentation abroad, one of the things that she wants to happen in her life is to get pregnant.
You can imagine your case is next week. Then they go do the pregnancy test and you are pregnant for 3 days. They will come again. But then the father.
You see, one of the things that could happen is an appeal.
An appeal.
Yes,
Yeah, they've
because-
mentioned. They've mentioned, and my two will come to that. But then before, let's look at the husband. People are, suggesting, some are claiming, some are speculating that, they say 15 years where the woman they go spend there. Just yesterday, we saw a video on social media where the woman during President Mahama, in fact, during the Thanksgiving service, the year of prayer, after hugging President Mahama and things, and live on Facebook, you have the video of, the woman, Nana Agraada, the hug with Presido and all the big men. People they talk say, the man, that is the husband, at this point where the woman they go spend 15 years, he will be happy. That's what people are saying. They say, 15 years. We've seen in videos whereby the woman, he be like, she they control you, she's in charge. Now you are fully in charge for 15 years. People are claiming that, he will be excited and things. You saw him. How was his demeanor after all this?
He wasn't happy.
He wasn't happy.
Yeah.
And you could see that genuinely.
Before the pronouncement of a sentence, there was some tete-a-tete between the two. And I didn't know what they were talking about.
Okay.
But probably they had even foreseen what might have even happened.
Okay.
And that they were just talking.
Wow.
Yeah, so he wasn't happy.
Wow.
And even after the court, he wasn't happy, because if his face is seen with that happiness, people will still talk about many other things about him.
So what, does that suggest he was hiding his happiness?
I can't tell.
Okay.
Well, I don't know what was running
through his mind. Right.
Yes.
But then let's okay, you one line.
So that is what we saw. You could see that it has become a big blow to him.
A big blow
in the presence of the people.
Right.
So don't know.
That's why I'm asking. Would that be a case of smoke and mirrors? You sound like he was hiding his happiness.
No, I'm not sounding like that. Having said so.
But do you suspect that?
I can't suspect. I'm just speaking from the facial expression.
Right.
The father, then let's listen to the man we are talking about, because he says it's not over. People, they think so. He says it's not over. And this whole issue, he is kind of justifying the issue. He feels, it be church. Church, you can't, contribute your offertory. Why are you going to sue?
He's still saying that at this point.
After the sentence.
No, but that is not right.
After the sentence, at the court premises. Listen to him. Listen to Mr. Siama on this one. We are live on Facebook.
I feel and I see good things coming. That's why I set it as something. So I'll take it like that.
So for the next 15 years, what will you do?
No concern. Maybe people go want to have, no go taste. No go taste. But
So,
then,
Agraada was once said, she said some few weeks ago. Mimi Kuresi about the what about there.
And she also said this.
Was it, I hereby satisfy that the follow business name has been registered under the above above mentioned acts as no any acts number BN 6256 BN 6235 60525 Edinino Noko fine pet shop any Noko fine pet shop 2025. The Noko is for me. It has been registered.
Mary, this is Nana Agraada. Now the Noko behind bars.
And this thing she was
Noko
talking
behind
about.
bars.
I did a check on the Noko Fine pet shop. Okay, if she registered without using her real name, that is fine. If she registered with her name, Agraada or Patricia Sidia, then what I found over there wasn't her name.
What about the husband's name?
No.
Because he mentioned that it's for the husband during the video. So I don't know. Maybe he mentioned in the video.
Check on that.
But then let's get on Facebook. Beautiful pictures, beautiful videos. You know, say
with the sad thing is that now you are in the grips of the law.
Yeah.
No chance for you to even say bye-bye or just to take something from your house, just to put some things in order before you go. Very, very sad.
A very sad one. And you know the saddest part? The last time he had issue, where he can say, Obofo, Reverend Obofo, go help him with lawyers and things, where he got bail. After the issue, after he was granted bail, where Reverend Obofo helped everything for this woman to receive bail. When she came out from bail, after a few days, then she started, moving to Obofo. She stood on Obofo for days to the extent that Obofo had to post that, she regrets say she gave the woman bail. He regret, say he sought for bail or he helped the woman to get bail. So this point, this one, where they go 15 years. Who else? She's always around big people, influential people. And in this video that we are watching live on Facebook, you could see the big man, Bishop Owusu Bempadems, Osofo Uche, Reverend Uche. Reverend Uche video.
How do you say that they have big men? And you...
she's around big men.
Oh, how?
Are they not big men?
They are big, but Charlie, everybody...
the Lord,
everybody has advised...
Herself not to go close. Him or herself not to go too close. Hey.
And even some... In fact, I was even angry the video that I saw when Reverend Owusu Bempa was just giving her an audience. And of course, a lot of people were of the view that in the public space like that, he couldn't have even ignored her. So fine. But Charlie.
Now, live on Facebook right now, it's the video of when, the woman, Evangelist Mama Pat, was being ordained. Live on Facebook, you have the likes of, when he was being ordained live on Facebook, all these videos, singing praises to God, worshiping the Lord. And you could see big men of God. Big men of God live on Facebook, joining hands to pray for the woman. Chiefs. Reputable chiefs. But then, before all these things, in fact, whilst all these things they go on, and before the sentencing, she had said something about the Sika Gari thing in an interview with Kweku Menu. She had said something.
Get on Facebook, hits 103.9 FM. Yeah.
Anyway, big men of God, all praying. And at this moment, you could see that she had moved from Sigagari to the new Mama Pat.
At that time.
At that moment. But then there is a saying that...
Kathy, you can't say that.
What is he saying?
There are some of these comments that must be deleted from Facebook. How can you say Noko Bas?
Oh, Noko Bas.
Noko Bas.
Be timely, pal.
Noko Bas.
Noko Bas.
Okay.
Hundreds of people at the church.
Right.
But let's listen to this interview with Kweku Menu, where Nana Agraada mentioned that the Sika Gari there she do. And if you carry your money come, Kweku Menu said if you carry money, can go take
They say young Cassie ye to cement the senior may sorry die. Obien will begin in Sika near Chiada.
I saw the die back pay it me the best 4 years.
Yes,
6 years.
Oh, but to collect Yaman so for deep for papa. No, you quench. Obedrabu Sumfia. No, you 5 million, 3 million, not your chia snap.
Let's have boss.
What I say? Now, who said the power in Yakupo? Who can you she? Who said the panel? Who can you she? It is a who could do Fiacrana down. Yamma Sabo, Quencham was out of Yakuma Conform. It's in Yamabia, and you pay me and won't see Yamabia say. Munti niyema bi ase na Bible kan no. Wo se wo kwase abesam na nimu fifira prapra ni fie mu. Asesa de akoma nyansani. Nyansani ne ne wan. Yes. Enti bra.
Fa kwase.
Waku. Afi unya kakra de sika gali no madibi. Wo che ka be churi. She.
Me kai fe.
Masa konfu a wo ye hie ni ye konfu a na busum ni mu nyansa. Opon se bakotu aduro na besi ho no. Wan kasa konfu na kasa no. Se bibi timi wo mu. Na de adwuma.
Nyansa ne usika duro no wadwe.
Ya me de ka jo sika duro na adwen no. Na de sika duro ne den. Very true. Me sure that maker. I'm telling you the facts.
She say akasa na akasa no de me picture.
Ma
wo street munu.
Sala boda susa. Ma sala ya de ba o. Ala chere.
What's up back?
Wọ́n susu ma sama ka police station da. Wọ́n susu ma sama ya ka court da. Na ko adro su na nye ya so ko police station. Police ni onyo de.
Bedu wo fi.
Ho. Wo ko kokra obi. Tibi de. What's one out bu obi wa konta. Say di pani nyame brase no brutal.
Nice one.
Nyame. Me de nyame wa ye bia ma me o. Kwaku hwensem atini kuku oman yi mu. Hwe me die ni patimi bo. Hwe mu nhye na apone e. Menya bonne. Because who send the part when you chiauka, it's a mino. I didn't have me. A bonus, some mammy say, what's a member parts. I bless you.
Bless you. Do the bad GD.
I bless you. Me mouth vim.
Yes.
Move forward.
Nice one.
Say.
What's that?
Tam 20 million quadroso. I will crown on your buffalo crowunchia. Sadi power I am a
I saw this you.
Nipabi or quadroso be a yamabo. Men found some social media in America. Onipa bia okwaduro so me onya mobo ma me the moment e be ba na dwimu a obetua na mo so me kwaduro so no sa nipa no onya mobo enti sa usi obi no so wa kwaduro so sa nipa no kra forget na kwa ye ne wo ye.
The father.
Yeah.
This has been her philosophy.
Right.
And according to her, anyone who sends her money or gives her money to a fetish priest or priestess, that person, you yourself, you know, get case. According to her, why are you even going to see the police? You didn't even tell the police before sending your money to the person. That has been her philosophy. And also, she believes that God blesses her for taking those monies. Sake of the people are not wise enough.
So what she's going through now is God's blessing. Okay.
Pro Max.
Right. Right.
Pro Max, according to her philosophy. So it'd be very serious.
Very interesting philosophy.
Very interesting philosophy. But then the judge, in fact, her counsel, that is her legal team, they are saying that it is not over.
Until it's over.
They say it's not over. Yeah, they like the judge, they like, her, judgments and things, and they know that she is an astute judge. But then they say, for this particular case, they don't like the judgment. The sentence be too much. 15 years. So they go appeal. So, Mercury, now we are expecting that particular appeal. And what will come out from the appeal? But they say it is not over. It is not over yet. Live on Facebook, you could see, in fact, you can see the lawyers live here. They are all worried. You could read on their faces that they are not excited about this particular sentencing. And they wish something could be done. And now, by the legal processes, it is only for them to appeal the case. So the father,
6 years.
thank you for the hard work, for the advocacy.
No, you 5 million, 3 million, not your chest snap.
Asking that, so who are you going to fight?
What you say?
For the next year?
Now who said the power? Who
I'll turn it on.
who said the power?
So, my just before you go, I mean, for the last time, you think 15 years is too much?
Initially, in the courtroom, I was very sad.
And Bible kind of was
all
the advocacy.
No, yes, but that's why I said
I'm hiding your excitement.
Not at all. Not at all. I am not too happy for the sentence, the years. But I'm happy that an action has been taken.
Okay.
Okay. I think the action has been taken because maybe the judges or the country wants to send a strong signal.
Yes, because
most of the things that happen on social
media. Because the prosecution also raised one of the factors that nowadays we've been seeing or hearing fraudulent activities all over, and particularly the satanic materials being rolled on TV.
Oh,
Yes.
this one go do this. This one if you
Yes.
can't go do that. Mikey, they go tell you so spiritual thing. They don't know we carry go police station. That is their philosophy. Spiritual. You can't arrest me for saying this. That's this spiritually.
Now the law, one way or the other,
So
is
this
changing.
is the precedent.
So this is
It's
setting
changing.
Be
a
having
precedent.
spiritual courts.
Court. You're spiritual. It be true human. So we will, the
Spiritual
spiritualize-
judge will go and you go to spiritual prison. You are crazy.
No, because of that, people are taking too much advantage of doing that.
Yeah.
You understand?
Particularly
And
the
it has to
people
be
with the
kept.
lotto.
The local.
Send 200 Ghana cedis for 2,000. It's been rolling on most of the TV stations.
Now TikTok.
Yes.
Take over.
You know-
So all these things that we are talking about, we are drawing the attentions of the communication ministry. Say that some of the TV channels and things. And say that is why you have to be, associated with a multimedia brand. Multimedia brand. We know how, beautiful people know they watch those kind of things.
Yeah.
That is why they
Very
are not
ethical.
Even, exactly.
Ethical.
Exactly. They are not even victim to some of this kind of things where they go on because they are always in tune to university on air. Entertainment, information, education. Entertainment, information, education. Solid one. This is, Usaywetin live on the cruise control. Mikey, I told you that, being the father of all DJs, and we know how, the universities, in fact, the students, they party with DJs.
Yeah.
Today it's looking good. You see, as before they entered school, that's the first years.
Right.
They were promised that they go pay them a fees, give them. That be the government. He promised your fees, we go pay them. But when they enter school, when they had to pay their fees, they were wondering, you promised us and this and that. Today, jubilation everywhere.
What?
Like I say, Ghana, it's been jubilation galore. See,
The
in
school fees have been paid.
Oh, the monies have been refunded to the students.
Oh, wow.
Jubilation all over. See, Ghana,
Reset.
in the last 6 months, everything, including Agraada.
Agraada has been charged.
Everything. The case started 2022.
2022, and Agraada has been doing this since 2010
Anyway.
when he owned a privately owned TV station.
So,
Charlie,
everything
Yeah.
has
this
changed.
Agraada story, it has been in the system.
Right.
It's like everybody's just waiting for it to happen, and lo and behold,
It's here.
2025,
It's here.
something they hit.
This golden year,
Yeah, I agree. And
Yeah.
the rest of the years.
it's been very eventful.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. Few months, my way. Few months.
So much happening.
So many.
The same year that has Daddy Joe remix. Remix.
The extradition and
remixing,
this.
yes.
Bamiada.
I don't want to. But that one, you see, on the flip side, something was happening to our economy.
We'll get into that discussion.
Yes,
We'll
yes.
get into that
We'll get
discussion.
into
But that's
Agraada is going for 15 years when Wuntumi and Ken should start calculate.
you can't say that.
You can't say that. They are not into calculation. You can't say that. The other time Agraada said she would charm the president when she meets him.
Yes.
What happened to her charms? The gods must be sleeping. Sub-Zero, 2H City, Hohoi.
The gods must be sleeping.
They must be sleeping. If you think you're on top of the world, this is what will happen. Go to prison in peace. Romeo from Comsees, Ghana. Shout out to all Comsees staff. Big up to Nuha. And of course, happy birthday, not to Prophetess Agraada. Happy birthday to Prophetess Gloria Ewua.
Right.
May
right.
God bless your new age and your ministry. Yes, God bless you. Right, so Dr. Shine, this is where we close the curtains into this edition of I know we have some Chris Brown fans, in tune to the show. Tomorrow we are holidaying, so today we want to take it nice and easy, the Chris Brown way. All right, so send your favorite Chris Brown song, right? What is your favorite, Lawrence?
My brother, something extraordinary happened yesterday in the studio. There was a beef between Tiny and Mekrikwe, and it was settled yesterday. Maybe why you're not bringing it up?
Zero
That
five
is
four
news.
0548
The beef between you and
841039 0548 841039. Send in your message. Big shout out to DJ Bradash. Yo, shout out to the whole crew.
Yeah. Prince is in the building and it's looking good.
Are you not trying to say anything about the beef between you and Tiny?
Yeah, I'm saying something. Big ups to Arnold. Big ups to
DJ Icon.
Big ups to DJ Icon. Big shout out to everyone. Yeah, Lawrence. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I mean, prime time was a great time yesterday. Where the quiz,
the quiz,
George Quay, Mercury Quay. It was great. Amazing music. And watch out for the next edition.
Yeah.
Right? Watch out for the next edition, which is going to be next Wednesday.
Yesterday, there were lots of happenings. But my highlights yesterday was the first performance.
Yeah.
A young girl.
How
they know? Canela.
Canela.
My God.
Yeah. We're going to have her on the cruise control.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. We're going to have her on the cruise control next week. Next week. Yeah, next week. She's coming, I love her energy. And she's a nurse.
Yeah.
She's a nurse.
Surprised.
Yeah. She's a nurse. And she drops the verse.
Yeah.
Without the curse.
No curse. You were blessed.
Yeah,
blessed.
And another point,
gave him a
I was
purse.
I was looking into my purse, to see if I could hand out some money first.
That's
for
what's
bars.
up.
No
That's
bars. Right. So Chris Brown, right here on the Magic Moment, 0548-841-039. Tomorrow is a holiday. Yeah. Charlie, President Mahama.
Let's say special.
President Mahama is turning off,
He
said he's saying that if a holiday falls on, say, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Thursday.
normally when a Wednesday comes, the rest of the week turns down.
It turned down. True.
The rest of the week turns down.
He's been smart with that.
Yeah, so let's have a long weekend.
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We party, and then Monday we are
turn
back.
up.
Yeah.
Hey,
Turn up on
Presido,
Joy Pride.
take your two,
That's
Presido.
right.
We don't feel you pass, Yeah. Let
Yeah.
it look good for us. That is what Ghanaians want.
Yeah, because this is the first year.
Yeah, it is the
so
first
now some people are saying, okay, you do all. Let's see what
Next
happens second year too. He has to turn it up
Turn
all
up.
the way up.
Third
Just
year.
the way we- Third year, turn
up.
up, and then fourth year,
turn up.
Now it's like the mates, that Odoko and Kaneshi. Morning when they take the porridge. Sec, Kanesh, sec. Then
Nation.
around 11 a.m. Sec, Kanesh. 1 p.m. Sec, Kanesh, sec.
No, watch it.
5 p.m. Sec, Kanesh, sec. Oh, yeah. So no porridge. 7 p.m. is only the bus now becomes a punching mark. Bang, bang.
bang.
Oh, yeah. It's time to get. It's time to get rewarded as the next big sports betting influencer with Betway. Place bets and share your codes with friends, fans, and followers. Now, if they place bets using your code, you earn 4% of their wager. Well, it doesn't matter if it's a win or a loss. If they bet, you earn cash. And the more people that bet with your code, the more you earn, right? So start betting, sharing, winning with